There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another random DOS game show. And this is Mead Software's Mount St. Helens Review Program and Survival Simulation by E. Greeny. Let's hit any key. Whoa! This program is a tutorial simulation about Mount St. Helens eruption in 1980. It's written using IBM's Linkway program and uses a runtime version of that program for distribution purposes. Okay. Thanks, Ed. So, this is really confusing because it said, Mount St. Helens survival program. Now it's got a tagline of Volcanoes. And in my software, its name was called Volcano ! So it has 3 separate names. Let's click the mouse to continue. A vent or opening in the Earth's crust through which hot molten rocks, lava, and gases issue. The lava and ash build up in a cone-shaped mountain around this crater opening. Choose a topic. Now, the question is, do we want a tutorial about volcanoes? Do we want the Mount St. Helens information? Or do we want the survival simulation? I think we'll pick the survival simulation, because that sounds suitably stimulating. This portion of the program creates a scenario similar to those reported by some of the 300 people who were camped around Mount St. Helens on the morning of May 18th, 1980. Your goal is simple. Survive. The hazards are many. We're gonna die so hard. You are camped on the west side of Mount St. Helens. You hiked up from the end of an old logging road where you left your car last night. You have a small fire going to make some coffee. There is an eerie quiet. There are no birds singing. Suddenly you're shaken by an earthquake. The ground undulates around you. Oh, good use of the word undulate. Tall fir trees sway back and forth. Then a giant roar, and the top of the mountain explodes as you watch a thick column of black smoke is sent skyward at a tremendous rate of speed. The dense cloud expands and begins to move in on your direction. What should you do? Well, I think we're going to take the Pompeii option here. We're just going to, stand in a really cool pose, and then the volcano will preserve us for all of time. What should you do? Use your camping shovel to dig in until it is safe to move. I don't think digging in is going to save us from the cloud. Take photographs. They should be worth plenty. I mean, yes, to somebody else, but I don't think those are going to get seen. I think the camera will be a goner as well. Start back down the mountain in your car. That's an option. I mean, based on my horror movies, you survive a bit longer if you get in the car and you hightail it out of there. Get to high ground. Well, I guess if a dense cloud is expanding, then high ground's not going to make much difference. Let's start back down the mountain in our car. Now you're using your head. Get out of there fast. Thank you, game. Thank you. Okay. As you approach the hiking trail that leads down to the logging road, you find that many trees have fallen across the trail, making passage difficult. You think you remember a shortcut down the mountain that also heads to the end of a logging road. So you either attempt to navigate the trail or take the shortcut. It's an either-or situation. I think the path of least resistance. Take the shortcut. In an emergency, we often forget even those things that we know so well, such as your own phone number. In your excitement, you quickly find yourself lost. Ah, right. So we shouldn't have taken the shortcut. Let's try that again. and we'll attempt to navigate the trail. Under the circumstances, this is the better choice. At least you know that the trail eventually leads back to the road. When you arrive at your car, you find the road is blocked by several large rocks, which have rolled onto it during the quake. Oh no. You know that the end of this logging road is one of the first places that rescuers will look. On the other hand, there's a chance that you could move those rocks just enough to get through. Get in the car for protection and wait to be rescued? Don't think so. Forget the car and go down the road on foot. I think, yeah, go down. It is hard to outrun a volcano. You're overtaken by a mudslide. Oh. Well, guess it's back to trying again. So I think this time we'll try to get the rocks out of the way. If there is a chance, you can use U-car to get away ticket. Unfortunate misspelling. We have no time for spelling. There's a volcano following us. So I think you right-click to continue. By using tree limbs as a lever and pushing other rocks out of the way with the car, you manage to get through. As soon as you are clear, you floor the accelerator. You're going 80 miles per hour down a dirt road. You're approaching a bridge that crosses the Toutle River when suddenly the bridge explodes before your eyes. You slam on your brakes, get out of the car and begin running. After a while you tire and slow down, but looking up, you start to run again. The ash cloud is coming right toward you. As the cloud descends upon you, it is as if someone has thrown a black velvet curtain over your head. All light vanished. You cannot see your hand in front of your face. It is hot and burning. You try to catch your breath, but your throat feels like it's stuffed with warm cotton fluff. Your lungs burn and your eyes sting. You stumble and fall in the darkness. What should you do? Lie down with your face on the ground. Find some shelter. Rub the ash from your eyes. Keep moving. This is the only chance you have. To wander would mean almost certain death. You get up and begin walking, with your hands out in front of you to feel the way. After a while you notice that your feet feel wet. You think you're walking in a creek. What do? Wash your eyes, walk in the creek, get out of the water and keep moving. Let's just keep going. Since you have no idea which direction you're going, this offers the best alternative. Hey, I'm making the right decisions. You stoop down and feel which way the water is flowing, and follow the current downhill. You travel down the creek for some time. Then, without warning, you plunge into hot water up to your neck. Instinctively, you reach out in the darkness and grab hold of something, a fallen tree. It pulls you along downstream. So we've a choice between let go and swim for the bank, swim underwater, or hang on. I don't think swimming underwater is going to help matters, because the water's hot. If we let go and swim for the bank, that's an option, because the lava flow may have heated the water. I'm going to hang on. Good. The log carries you until it stops at a jam. The end you are holding on to swings around and rests on a shallow area beside the bank. You can see something. A dim glow in the distance. It looks like a searchlight. Then you realize that it is the sun shining through the ash cloud. As you go on, the ash gets thinner. Finally, the sun breaks through and you can see the sky again. Up ahead you see a ridge. Below you is a plateau of indescribable devastation, a grey-covered moonscape. What should you do? You're bleeding a little from your head and arms. Tend to your wounds. Go up to the ridge, start down towards the plateau, or rest yourself. I think up onto the ridge. Good choice. Up on the ridge you can be seen better from the air. Once on top, you get an even better appreciation of the awesome magnitude of the volcano. I don't think I'd be admiring the volcano. You know, it's been trying to kill me all this time. you've been desperately trying to escape for like ages, and then you look back and you're like, ah, Mother Nature, how glorious in its magnitude. Everything below is covered with a thick impenetrable smoke. So, do we continue down the mountain or try to attract rescuers? I think we'll try to attract rescuers. Since you are in an area visible to rescue helicopters, you wisely decide to build a signal that can be seen from the air. You arrange rocks so they spell out SOS and point a long arrow to a small fire. Finished, you fall to the ground exhausted. What should you do? Get some much-needed sleep while you wait? Fight the urge to sleep and try to stay alert for possible rescue? Cover yourself with the few remaining branches for protection from the falling ash? Or start back down the mountain since there's no help available and you shouldn't waste time? I think we'll fight the urge to sleep. Okay, but against the rumble of a volcano you hear a new sound. It's a helicopter! You take off your torn sweatshirt and wave it wildly. Ash falls off you in a small cloud as you jump up and down, yelling as loudly as you can. They see you as a grey plaster figure running in a circle. They lower a wicker basket and you jump in. You made it! You beat the mountain! Congratulations! And you only died 2 times. But there you go. That is the volcano game. I had more fun with that than I expected. I'll edit it together. There were long pauses in between each question. So you're seeing the edited version. But yeah, it's another game that I've completed. And it was fun and entertaining. But since you've watched this, you don't really need to play it yourself, do you? And if you like me playing all kinds of random, bizarre DOS games, I do it all the time. Feel free to take a look at the hundreds of other videos on my channel, and if you like what you see, you can subscribe. And if you can not only escape a volcano, but alter the tectonic crust of the Earth itself, then you're probably one of my patrons. I don't know much about volcanoes. I'm not a volcanologist, but I'm sure they know a lot more than I do. Until next time.